Good morning, this is Karen Spar, Executive Vice President of the Southport Oak Island Area Chamber of Commerce. And today we're speaking with Karl with Sales Geek. Hello, Karl.
Hello, Karen. How are you this morning?
Good. Tell me a little bit about how you got here.
I moved down to Southport with my wife, Heather, coming up on 2 years now, up from Connecticut. My wife is a nurse her whole career. She works up at Laney High School right now up in Wilmington. And I have two great grown children, Marcus and Leah Kai, and 3 grandbabies already, believe it or not.
Wow, you're too young.
It's good to be a young grandparent. I think you can run around a lot longer with them that way.
That's
not
true.
get too tired.
What is Sales Geek?
I'd love to answer that question, but I think first perhaps jump into why Sales Geek for me. And so if you look at U.S. statistics, about 20% of new businesses don't see their first anniversary. And that number jumps up to almost 50% within the first 5 years. And so what Sales Geek does, we have really 2 missions, I would say. First is to change the way the world perceives sales, but more importantly, to work with those small and medium-sized companies so that they have no issues with those first and fifth birthdays and can continue to thrive for many years to come.
How do you do that?
We have 2 core services. The first is my sales director and then my sales trainer. And what we do is think about anything that the director of sales would do for an organization. We do that for each company on a part-time basis to make sure that they're hitting all of their goals.
So you'll come in and just do a really thorough analysis of what the product or service is and then give some great suggestions.
That's exactly correct. So every engagement that we have with a client starts with a deep dive into the business. So we'll look at the prior 3 years business performance. We'll look at where they are today. We'll take a look at what kind of plans or strategies maybe they have, for the future. And then really dig into the financial numbers, the people, the processes, the selling proposition, if they've got a pipeline, how that's been built, to really come up with a good plan. Because what we often see is, and this is the way things most often work, is a business owner has an issue, they've tried to fix it, it hasn't worked, and so when they call us, they're in quite often fairly desperate straits. And so they may call us for a particular reason, to help fix their sales team or whatever the issue might be. But then through that really deep dive process of analyzing their business in the beginning, we may uncover lots of other issues along the way that are leading up to that problem that they need to address as well. So it enables us to put together a really good plan for them.
So this is really a passion for you.
It really is. I've spent my whole career has been in sales, about 37 years, and the last 30 years or so have been in different companies across the country in sales management roles. And I really wanted to take all of that experience that I've had, working across all different vertical markets too, and bring that to these small and medium-sized businesses. Because what we typically see, these are entrepreneurs that see a opportunity for a great product or service in their local communities, and they go for it. Maybe things get off to a good start, but they don't have a lot of sales and marketing and that type of experience, so they need help, just fundamental help, and that's what we can do. And so, we look to partner with them, and we do this on, so we haven't talked about it yet, we do it on a part-time basis. So I often get the question, Karl, what does that mean exactly, part-time? So what part-time means is we look at a certain number of days a month that we work with that client. It's very easy to work with us. We don't have any long-term contracts or anything. We can adjust the number of days we're working with the client from a month-to-month basis to provide maximum flexibility for them. And it saves them huge amounts of money because you're not hiring a full-time person and taking on that risk and salary and commissions and benefits and all of those things. We basically give them the services that they need. And it's also important to note that, sorry for all of those consultants out there, but we don't just consult, so we don't just give them, here are your issues and here's how to fix it. We actually will be in the company, hand in glove with the business owner, actually taking full accountability for solving the problems, so that the business owners can work on the other stuff that they know in their business. So working on their business, instead of in their business. And so that's a big differentiator for us. And we really want to feel like we're part of the team. One of our kind of inside jokes, or we want to get invited to all the Christmas parties for our company. So we want to be seen that way with each of our clients.
And you do a little video every week, do you not?
I try to do at least one video every single week that I put up onto LinkedIn to talk about different issues in the marketplace that I'm seeing, or different challenges that I'm seeing with different accounts that we're working with. Just to give a little perspective, a minute or two, just a quick hits, so hopefully something that people can take away from and use in their own businesses.
So how do they find you?
They can find us at salesgeekcsg.com, or just call me at 917-345-3405, and just love to have a conversation with folks. And if it doesn't make sense at the current time, that's great. Love to build new relationships, and if it makes sense to work together, then we will.
That sounds great. Well, Karl, thank you so much for being on Faces of Commerce today, and congratulations on finding Sales Geek and bringing it to our community.
Thank you very much, Karen. It's been a pleasure. Thanks for having me.